Hello and welcome back to more Ori Randomizer with the same crew from just now. This time we are playing bingo, so instead of having fixed goals like in Force Trees or World Tour where you need to complete a specific goal, we're gonna get a board of 5 by 5 squares. Each of them contains one or multiple goals we need to complete, and our first objective is going to be to get 3 lines, and then we'll look at the time and see if we have time for more, I think.
Yep, sounds good. We're also playing Discovery Bingo, and in Discovery Bingo, you don't actually get to see the all the board just yet. I think we are currently having a bit of technical difficulties because the board is not displaying on the stream.
I just be sending this link into a certain DM. Maybe something will happen with it, maybe not. But yeah, we're playing Discovery Mode, and this is actually the first version of Discovery Mode, the one that Eiko originally implemented, where you don't get any starting squares and none of them light up either. You just get to see whether you completed them or not.
Sam is making fun of me. I did any percent development on Discovery Bingo, and the very first version I gave to her and it's called a test did not have code to show you that the squares were revealed, so it just sort of happened. And you would just like play and eventually get a notification that you won. And I was like, wait, no, let me fix it. And while I was trying to fix it, the two of them played through a game and got 3 lines of bingo just by doing anything that could conceivably be a goal. But which
Still reached
thanks you too.
24 out of 25 goals the moment
That's
you
amazing.
fixed it, and then like 10 seconds after you fix it, she got
Yeah.
blackout.
Good times. Anyways, while we're waiting, I can tell you all what you will see once we get this working. And what that will be is we've got 2 squares visible. Those squares are collect underwater pickups. This is pickups that are either fully submerged in water or pickups that can only be accessed by going underwater. This is something that I think sometimes trips people up. There we go. We got a bingo board. Yep. And then the other one is drowning amphibian. Frogs and frog hybrid creatures should be able to swim. You might expect. No, they are allergic to water. If they touch water, they will die instantly. And so this goal is to kill a let a frog or Frankie die by being thrown into the water. But yeah, now that we have the board on screen, we are ready to go. So Zem, whenever you're ready.
Yeah, let me hit the start button. Since the bingo board is actually auto-tracked, I do need to tell it to start tracking. So we have a 10-second countdown, and then it's time for some bingo. This is random spawn, so we'll spawn somewhere and get probably some skills in 2, 1, now.
And let's see what that spawn is. We're hoping for a right side spawn that is somewhere near. All right, so we got.
Wow.
So before we start,
Is this open mode?
Yeah,
yes,
this is
open
world.
No.
Open world valley spawn, which is to say bad. Bad would be a technical term for this. Zem is maybe gonna do a pause float here to get to that pickup. Maybe not. We got okay.
Ooh.
So double jump. Okay, this is happening.
All right, it's
Wow.
redeemed. It's redeemed.
Okay. All right. Things are fine now. Everything's fine. This is actually requires a fair bit of precise platforming because everything here is just really like these slimes will not murder you in one hit, but that is kind of unique to these slimes here. Like the spikes will kill her in one hit. In fact, she's going to abuse that by taking a bit of a intentional death, because when you respawn, you're invincible for about a second. You can use that to get further along the spikes. And yeah, now going to head backwards into the valley entry area, and there's an entire pickup here in Logic.
Yeah,
So many pickups. Yeah, go ahead, Muffin.
Like, pickups like these are actually really interesting for the randomizer's sake itself. Is that like considering using enemies to actually do tasks for you? So those Frankies are particular, as well as like frogs with their shots are used in so many different fashions.
Wait, what's
So,
in mod? Oh, the backtrack here.
Yeah,
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 the
track.
Oh, wait, really?
Wait, really? Oh,
Huh.
rebirths? Huh. I did not
Huh.
know that.
And with the God, open world logic's bad.
yeah.
Sigma did this to us.
Thank you,
You know what
Sigma.
I'm gonna
That's
do
funny.
here? I'm. Oh, I didn't get the save
Oh,
no.
What you're going to do is take an extra little
Die.
jump from the
Yeah.
teleporter. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um.
So, left side spawns like this are really scary, as like Aiko was touching on earlier, just simply because like all these hazards and stuff end up sort of in the base game, like you're expected to do the whole Metroidvania thing and check a bunch of pickups and get a bunch of health cells to be able to tank. And nice hyperspeed, finding the right type progression, which is probably one of the meaner ones that Zem could have ended up tracking down.
Okay,
is
that's really funny.
That's really funny. This is a great start.
Oh, well, we have our right side spawn, I guess.
Yeah.
So, with this spawn, we have discovery mode. That means I kinda need to balance my seed and my board progress. So I wanna know what I actually need to do, because that also really that really matters for what's actually go mode. I have no clue what I need. I have done like entire bingo boards on charge jump and C flame before,
Yeah.
and I've also had some where it was really not that simple. So you kind of need to balance whether you actually progress your skill set and the seed, or if you go for golds. 5 underwater pickups is a bit too much for me to do right now, but the amphibian drowning sounds really good. Also, early blue
Ooh.
breakage, that's
Yeah,
nice,
that's
so I don't
real
need to
good.
backtrack as much.
Also means
I-
you're not like hard forced to dump points into enough points for charge dash just for blue baggage. Obviously, charge dash is very good. You want to get it when you can, but sometimes the bingo squares want other things from you, because there are squares that require leveling up abilities, like Ultra Stomp, which is everyone's favorite bingo card. I think we should have that in the middle.
Here.
Wow, nice. Okay, so doing a pause float there, what pause float does with that menu manipulation is actually sets your vertical velocity back down to 0. So basically you have to like start. Wow, okay. Basically start re-accelerating downwards for falling. So if we just continuously do pause floats, then we can maintain our height like pretty much infinitely.
Yep.
Wow, nice dash glide there. That was actually really close because it ramped Xemsys downwards. And so just barely eking out enough height to be able to check that pickup over those 3 damage spikes. Nicely done.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Oh, and I got the cutscene skip actually.
Oh, yeah.
I got the
Very nice.
cutscene skip by jumping over the trigger. That's pretty precise, but yeah, we're actually coming up to the first goal here. I'm gonna drown an amphibian. That's actually the only reason I'm not doing Swamp Loop first, is because I can use this Frankie to gain an early amphibian drowning, and that will reveal 4 squares on the board. So let's see what we got.
Let's see what we got. Ooh, pickups from Maxstone Fragment, Ultra Defense, 15 pickups in Ginso, and find either the Gumon Seal or the Sunstone. Those are just some juicy goals, none of which are very doable at the moment, which is maybe a little unlucky. Zem, the tracker is coming through your stream. It's currently not updating at all, the skill tracker.
Oh, it's the web tracker from the tournament. So if it's not updating, there's not much I can do about that, sadly, I think.
What you are here? Yeah.
Okay, so Zem's coming through here trying to do some really difficult tricks. Yeah, just gonna come back later. I think that's a really good call in order to just like try and check an additional pickup, which oftentimes really comes pretty early in logic. But yeah, just clearing density, right? Stuff that is like pretty easy to get to, as well as early in logic, to try and track down the next sort of skill, which is most likely either going to be like wall interaction to be able to touch walls. Nice turnaround jump. I love it. Beautiful stuff. Or it could be another power skill, such as charge jump or bash. And so basically, looking at early places is really going to drastically increase the probability that they'll end up finding the next skill, allowing them to progress. But also, there's just a lot of density here in Lower Moon Grotto in particular, which means that Xemsys is going to spend less time, but then also like, check more. That's a really sort of good play routing for the stage itself, because as like Zem and Eiko were talking about earlier in the siege, really it comes down to deciding whether you want to spend time checking a lot of pickups in order to try and get that skill progression, or it's like fulfilling the objective, right? Xemsys' goal is to finish 3 lines on the bingo board. So they either want to be able to find the skills to help them progress, or just literally do the progress itself and discover more squares on the board.
Yeah, and in this case, I might be fine doing 5 underwater pickups now. Also, the Mapstone frag. Oh, Glide Wind. Okay, I'm definitely fine doing the Mapstone pickups now.
Yeah, that
so
is
I think
that is
I'm
really
actually
good.
gonna go for that. I'm gonna still do clearing on the way because this is not the skill set I wanna finish the board with. But
Right.
I think I want trees because all 3 dungeon keys have a goal on the board right now. I have Sunstone, Boomon Seal, as find either key and then pickups again. So that's a goal for a dungeon key. And on the other hand, I also have the Mapstone fragments, which are all over the place. So
Oh,
yeah,
nice.
it's Mapstone from Mapstone is always nice, but it's a lot of pretty similar to how I would route a forced freeze right now, honestly.
Yeah, totally. This mini boss is awesome. Just very quick to kill, and then also it could actually end up being a bingo square itself. Like it's not on the board right now, but it could be potentially later, right? So pretty early in logic pickup. Not in logic right now because we don't technically have wall interaction in the randomizer's eyes. Even though as speedrunners we get really creative with double jump in order to be able to go up those walls and build that necessary verticality to build that height. But yeah, placing a save here is a really good call, just simply because getting up these crushers can be really tricky because the crushers are actively moving away or towards Xemsys, and Xemsys needs to go away from the wall and then collide back into the wall in order to be able to reset that double jump. But nicely done, just getting up there, making that look incredibly easy. It is not.
Yeah, so far this seed is going pretty well actually. So the 3 Mapstone fragments that I already have, that's comfy. I just okay, this one is a bit sketchy on just double jump. But okay,
Fine.
got on the lip.
Nice. God. It's experience. Still, experience is also potentially like an important thing because there could be an amount of spirit light in order to be able to get a bingo square, for instance. So just killing these enemies as well while they're just waiting for the key door to open is good. So for like pretty much no time loss, just being able to get some additional experience. But that energy cell is a nice find. We're getting really close to 4 energy.
Yeah, and she's played more BF bingo than I think basically anyone at this point. For a while, I think Zem and I were tied, but she has long since overtaken me. So Zem knows all the has very good knowledge of all the squares that could end up being required. And so we'll be just keeping those in mind, and now we're going to see that. So we saw a long time ago and didn't really comment on her grabbing the pickup that said warp to Wilhelm EX, and how warps used to work in the Ori rando was that it would just be sort of a pickup that you find, and it
Ooh, wow.
Oh, you have options now. They're not good options, but you got them. You would find the pickup and then you would press a button combo while you were standing on it to go there. But with the addition of the teleport anywhere menu system, it was not much more difficult. And thanks to some fine work by Twitch user D numbers, as we call him, we and others, we now have the ability to just add extra teleporters on the map, and that's how we do warps. So when you get those pickups, it just adds a warp to the map. and then you can just teleport there afterwards. So some of these are actually very valuable and can end up replacing the standard teleporters. For example, the Wilhelm experience warp that Zem got is basically a slightly better Valley teleporter.
Yeah, so interesting clearing so far in Sorrow. There's not too many pickups that really can come into logic, but like early glide and when restored can be an absolutely sort of massive tell, especially with open mode where the Kuro kill point is just not even active at all. So here, just baiting a shot in order to turn in this map stone is a nice, very nice play. Just 15 experience, but still just progressing that map stone count in, because which map pedestal you turn in a map stone to doesn't matter. It really is the total number of map pedestals that you have turned into thus far. And so just continuing to make that progress is good and steady, especially with turning in map stones potentially being important.
And I'm gonna give this a single attempt here. Wait, do I have the half soul link cost? No, I don't yet. So I'm gonna give this a single attempt because that's how much energy I have. And now leave.
Close.
Now let's see. I actually am gonna take the Ginzo Warp and I'm gonna dupe keystones, I think, 2 or 3 times here.
You don't want to go up to 20 just in case we got the high roll on the board?
Does normal board do 20?
I thought it goes up. Does it not go up to 20?
I feel like it's 14 or so, but I actually
14
don't remember.
14 times about. You know what? I'll check. I've got the code base open because I was
Yeah,
checking some other things.
on top though.
Yeah, I think the key dupe location is going to be on top, so you're going to have to find out some way to...
Can I do that? Sirius could probably do that. I can't.
Yeah, that is.
So, different option. We're heading to Glades in the most inconvenient way possible.
Yeah, no, it backs up 20. 8 to 20 for normal difficulty.
Oh, no.
Oh, no, Aiko, what did you do?
It's been like this for years.
Yeah, that doesn't make it bad, per se.
The suggestion channel. You know where to find the suggestion channel.
Yeah, so the world is Xemsys is Oyster right now, just with the sheer amount of stuff that Zem can get access to, being a very, very talented and very good speedrunner. But a lot of the options are just absolutely terrible. Like this one coming to Glades is, as you're going to see, like really tricky in order to do. Just having to set up in a specific spot to get a rocket jump. So here it is. Nice, very, very good.
Like the world is her oyster, but it's a real shit oyster.
That's a way to phrase it. I'm not gonna agree or disagree with that. Yeah, I still have to do a bunch of this double jump orientation. You know, the worst thing about this Glades is completely in logic because I could have just come from Valley, but if I came from Valley, I would not get a single piece of new information on my way.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm coming from this side instead. And yeah, right, I did place it near enough to actually gain my cutscene skip, so we can now continue a bit. I do really want Ultra Magnet to continue doing some of this fun stuff here, but
oh yeah,
wait a bit.
Yeah, not too terribly surprising also, by the way, to be finding a lot of keystones here, because this area was pretty early logic. And there's the next bit of progression. That is
you love to see it.
I charge jump, charge dash, double jump. Yeah, that's most of the time a go mode skill set.
And you know, charge flame. You're fully charged.
It's true.
Yeah, charge dash, charge jump, and charge flame. This is the most charged seed ever.
Alright, them showing off some dirty cheating.
I don't know what you mean. There was no floor in between me or anything.
So why'd you reload?
Cutscene skip.
What cutscene, Zeb?
3. Yep.
Suspicious.
Yeah, so like in these early logic pickups especially, like finding a bunch of keystones is not surprising, especially in open mode, because the moment Xemsys has access to various key doors in logic, the game must print out a specific number of keystones. And so simply because like chart jump was the next probably bit of forced progression. Xemsys really didn't have access to too many keystones. So if Zem actually ends up going back to Upper Swamp Loop at some point, there's a decent chance that there's going to be just a bunch of keystones there.
Not even gonna turn in the map, huh?
Yeah, right. That's a thing I can do. Look, this is just so nice. I went into autopilot there because the seat is being so nice to me.
So here we're gonna get another 2 squares revealed.
Oh, well, there's like a saying that most of the bingo community, me, has said, which is seed nice, board terrible.
Yeah.
I do not like these right now.
So the 2 new squares are absolutely beautiful. The first one is gain a specific amount of spirit light. 6,500 isn't honestly too bad. Like if you go up to about 90 to 100 pickups, I found that it's like pretty consistent. But beautiful! Oh man, nice save. I've actually never seen that before. That was really cool.
Yeah, that's the free charge jump hyper speed dash is something that comes up surprisingly often in random spawn, so I learned it for some reason.
Oh my god.
That is amazing. That's so cool.
Good.
And then the other square that just showed up was collect pickups in Forlorn, which is probably has honestly the best music in the entire game. Absolutely. I mean, and that's just not a subjective thing. Yeah, it's objective.
Yeah, yeah. Objectively, yeah. No, I'm familiar with the definition of objective. I've come up before in the community.
What are you doing?
Alright. So we're gonna do something incredibly normal and reasonable, which is we're gonna almost kill this. Okay, I didn't get it, but you know, you can just kill the spider and then see dash redirected projectile. It's fine. It's rare.
Oh, okay,
yeah.
Okay.
If I had 2 energy, I would go for it again, but I do this on 1.
Of course. I just have to state this now if this isn't obvious, but Xemsys is like one of the most knowledgeable people in like the entire speedrun community, like not just in Rando, but just about the game in general. It's just so impressive, like just the number of tech things. Zem definitely knows way more than I do about various like tech setups and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. Bingo. One of the things I really like about Bingo is there's a ton of information that just comes up in Bingo that is just literally never relevant in any other gameplay. So here we have that reverse Ginso key dupe we're talking about. This is one of the faster key dupes that is possible. The only reverse key dupes are an interesting thing because it didn't used to be possible to open keystone doors backwards. That was a big part of the 3.0 change. But
Oh, well, I guess we're going through now.
yeah. Skull does point out that you totally could have broken that wall with.
All right. It was the left one that was charged. Yeah. Oh my god! All right, let's go.
Love wins. All right, that is everything she needs to do some grenade jumps.
No, I'm not. I'm never doing them. I just realized I turned mouse aim off because it interferes with climb, charge, jump hyper speeds. I'm gonna need to fix that in about a moment.
I do like that little charge jump, wall charge jump she just did. It's not exactly common knowledge, but you can just. The charge jump hitbox is really generous, and because of that, you can frequently just charge dash over or across or just near a wall or a floor, like she just did, and break it.
Alright, so let's go through this completely normal menu. Alright. We didn't change anything in Rando, I swear.
Oh, man, having access to the settings it's so good. It's so good.
Yeah, I can't
really. Oh, go ahead, Muffin.
I can't express enough just how unbelievably amazing the Ori development community, like for Rando, is. There's just so many unreal like resources and stuff that I just never imagined would be possible, and they made it possible. So like that settings menu, by the way, like normally we would just edit like a text file and then close and reopen the game. but people just
You can
figure it out.
or alt L. But yeah.
Yeah,
Spendability
it's
points
amazing.
25. Oh man, this
Oh,
board
that
is just so bug. You have enough
Oh.
health. You really should be pushing underwater pickups, IMO.
Yeah, I was thinking about going for Sunstone right now
Oh,
because I
I
have
mean, okay, that's
everything
legit
fine.
actually.
And oh, I want to see if I still know how to do this. I am a bit rusty, but I think this was the. I don't have wall jump, so I can't get the free charge actually. So we need to do it normally. But hey, yeah, you can do stuff there. So thank you, Sirius, for actually finding that out. I think it was Sirius. So I have complained about pre-charging not working correctly in Rando, and I have added Vula a lot about it because Vula worked with the climb code a bit. Turns out it's just yeah. So pre-charging is frame perfect unless you have wall jump, then it's really lenient.
Oh, interesting.
God, I love this game.
Oh,
Oh, hey, there's your pre-charge. Easy. We did it.
That's amazing.
Okay.
God, we're still discovering things. It's so powerful.
Man, you know what skill I really like? Bash. I mean, we're just talking about specific skills. Oh, shout out to Kobe Bryant, the GOAT. But yeah, so maybe just talking about Bash by saying Bash a lot. We'll cause
Maybe we
Bash
can
to
make it
show
show
up.
up.
No, I think that's just gonna make it shy. It's you know, it can be rather bashful.
Make it shy.
God. Yeah, right. You can't actually G-jump that if you want
Yeah.
to break. And
Oh,
Whoops.
hey, do you know those spikes deal damage?
yeah, did you know that if you pre-charge and then you don't actually and you do it too little, then you just do a normal jump into spikes?
Uh,
Oh,
oh,
nice.
hey, Sunstone. Okay, so that gives us knowledge on the square B4. Visit both trees, double jump, and climb. God, we're just getting all sorts of info. 25 ability points is a lot.
Yeah, that's a lot.
I think not having SLE here is just gonna be rough.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
agree.
but I do prefer actually going for Ultra Defense because the line is
Yeah.
already looking really good, while the bottom line is
Yeah,
eh.
Yeah,
that's
you
fair.
can probably skip the bottom line.
And then also above that we got pickups from health cells, which she already has 4 of, and finding 3 more is not hard with the amount of map we have access to.
You know, I was thinking about clearing Misty, but no, I should not be clearing Misty at all. I should just
Yeah,
be
just go to the tree.
starting to G-jump and just go to climb. And if we get another... Oh, didn't actually G-jump there. And if we get another Misty Square, we'll revisit because it's really not that bad.
Yeah.
The exact one pickup I will get is the ability cell.
Yeah,
Because,
I was gonna suggest.
You know, just in case. That bird actually saved you some health.
Okay, so this one pickup right there, that was the health cell. That is like the worst pickup to skip if you have to revisit Misty to find something or complete something. Just simply because the way revisiting works, especially how we've modified it in the randomizer, the map itself gets a little wonky, and so it's impossible to check that pickup on a revisit unless you go all the way to like turning in Gumon's seal, and then that's when you get another shot at checking it. Which is all the way at the end of the dungeon, and then you have to like fight the mini boss, spend the 4 keystones to open the door, blah blah.
Oh, I mean, B5 isn't bad, but we got that the thing stopping her from completing that 4 row is complete both horror rooms, R4 and L2.
Hey, you know what L2 needs? What I don't have.
Yeah, so you
Sunstone.
Need
Also stop. Oh wait, no, you do have the Sunstone. I'm blind. But yeah, no, stop.
So Forlorn Escape looking pretty cool right now.
Yeah, like that's actually what I want, I think. Because wait, yeah, pickups and Forlorn 7 is on here, so that's pretty neat.
Yeah, Forlorn TP would be real nice right about now, but what she's currently going for is underwater pickups, just to get that access to more of the board.
Hey, did you know there's spikes there, and this is actually the what I wanted to go on. I think I want to level up, so I might farm for one. I could spend 4 keystones, but I actually spent so many randomly that
Yeah.
no. So we're gonna take the long way around, and then I'll go for fake and long flippers, I think. Grab the
Yep.
blades DP, and then dip over in the direction of swamp afterwards.
We just completely leaving Blackroot out to rot, huh?
Yeah, of course. No, we're not going
No,
there.
that's legit. Blackroot. One of the beautiful.
Oh my god,
Oh,
never mind!
wow.
That's
Oh.
like the best possible find. We're going straight to horror.
Yeah, that's great.
Uh,
So I guess to explain this a little bit is one of the reasons why Ori Rando is like amazing is because of how versatile the gameplay is. So for speedrunning it, for the purposes of speedrunning it, we have many different ways to build a lot of height, right? So some seeds we may just like not even need the verticality you get from charge jump. You have like dash or bash and like a spider shot. However, there are two skills that can have pickups which are hard locked behind those skills. And a hard lock pickup means that if you do not have that one skill that's required, then it is impossible in order to be able to collect that pickup. And so the only 2 skills that can have hard lock pickups is Xemsys does a really amazing grenade jump. That was really, really good. Are either Stomp or Light Grenade. And so Zem has both of them, so she's not really gonna have to worry about that seed. But in Horu in particular, in order to be able to finish L2, you actually do require Stomp in order to be able to finish that room. So finding Stomp was a really massive find.
yeah, and that's why and because of that, and because that will start to get her access. Getting that A4 square will get her access. I just realized the labels are not visible on the stream, so I've just been reading out labels, and that's been completely useless. You're welcome. Anyways, that complete both horror room square is will give her visible access to squares. The one of the 2 squares that getting underwater pickups will, and we'll also get an entire line, which is really nice.
Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of really juicy looking rows here.
Yeah.
I think we're actually going back to early game areas right
Yeah.
after this because I want some half sets, and those are really not hard to get.
Yeah. The game front loads, giving you health for very understandable reasons. It's good not to die. All right, so here we have the R4 completion, and so now we can complete L2 pretty easily now that she has.
Funny.
Yeah. Okay. Sure. That's... Yeah. But the challenging thing here is getting to L2 without bash. Bash is how you're supposed to navigate Horu vertically. You're supposed to use these little guys and take their shots and fly up. However, we have grenade jumps.
Yes. Oh, that is beautiful.
Oh,
Hey,
that
this
beautiful
is
back and
L3, isn't it? Yeah, I'm on, I'm
yeah,
on the
that's
wrong
it.
level.
But we did get to Neum.
Now I need to remember, can the slime not put goop on their things? But yeah, grenade jumps are good stuff.
Yeah. Ooh, and then there's that nice C dash through the laser, and beautiful physics, and physics accessories.
Awesome.
I
Yeah,
love
so
this game.
what Xemsys was doing was trying to destroy the swarm there with the block on the swarm, because if she had done this successfully, it could potentially like push the block really, really fast. But it's like super minor time save. But yeah, there we go. There's an L2, and so we're going to get a new square, which is a very nice one. It's going to be break 14 plants, and Zem only needs to do 4 more in order to
Need
collect
to
that.
check which half sets I got, but looks like I'm actually not
there's
supposed
3.
to be in Tomb. I need to be in Grotto here.
Fair enough. You also could go for Keystone Doors if you wanted.
Yeah, I think both of those
Probably,
are-
yeah, but
Okay.
I think this
I guess.
is. Oh yeah, and
Yeah.
this happens every time. This is
Yeah,
why most people don't even go for the cutscene skip, but
Yeah.
I would rather be smug about it and then jump into the cutscene like half a seat
Yeah.
later.
And
That's
it's
more
neat
my style,
because
honestly.
plants and yeah. It's a great style. It's also neat because in addition to there being a lot of health cells in early game areas, there are a lot of plants, so she can be basically working towards both these goals basically at the same time.
Yeah, so here's just another underwater pickup, just as an objective to complete in order to fill it out. Might not need to use that for the 3 squares, like depending on how the leftmost column sort of plays out for Xemsys, but it's still good to just get more of the board open as well as make potential objective progress towards completing the goal.
Yep. And maybe we have some time and go for it. Oh, oh, we're learning some things about this board.
Oh,
Oh, wow.
whoa!
Wow.
Or
I
actually,
love
what
the-
I was saying earlier is that I really wanted to go to Swarm to get bigger ones.
Oh my goodness. Okay,
Okay,
so
wait. Go ahead, Marvin.
yeah, so event locations, as far as they go, one of the furthest possible ones is Gumon Seal, and that's the event location that's all the way at the end of Misty Woods itself. So that may just like completely brick that entire column and row for Xemsys, which is
Yeah.
the top row in middle column.
Like the worst part is it's not just it's go all the way through Misty and then also get access to Forlorn and start the Forlorn escape, as one does in a seed that you want to finish in a reasonable amount of time.
Yep.
Alright, you need 2 more plants, which are actually right here. Very nice, very nice.
So other squares that are on the board, let's just quickly go over them. So we have break plants. That's gonna be finished soon. We have get both pickups, Blazer energy cell, as well as the R3 plant. So we might see Zem do even more of Horu in order to finish that. Opening up keystone doors, which is very close to being done. Escape either dungeon into 3 or Forlorn Ruins.
So it's so good. You love to
Collect
see it.
pickups in Forlorn 7, which we haven't gotten access to Forlorn yet. Spend ability points, which we only need to do 6 more. Actually, no, just 1 more.
You got more. Oh, hey, there's the Gumon seal.
There's
Alright.
Gumon Seal. There's Gumon Seal. And then collect Spirit Light, which we are still just about 3,000 away from completing.
Alright, let's just pretend we're not actually going for a blackout within the time here and actually doing like a 3-line go escape Ginzori.
Yeah, no, that's legit.
Yeah,
I mean, escape Ginso, that'll give you the knowledge, and then 7 pickups and 4. I mean, I guess you'd have to do Forlorn Approach. No one wants that, but
Yeah, I think Forlorn is a good place to be afterwards, and
Yeah.
it's synergistic because Forlorn has a keystone door. I need one, so I can get potentially the entire row of the. Actually, this is where we should. So there's one thing you can do when you play Discovery Bingo, which is you gain knowledge of the total amount of squares you've completed. And I know I have 7 uncompleted squares, and I can see 6 of them. So the chance that if I open a keystone door, I just win instantly is pretty high.
Sam, you're not supposed to look at your square count. That's cheating.
Who said
Also-
that? Who plays
Me.
this mode besides of me?
As the original designer.
Okay, we're not doing death intent here.
You're right. Death of the author and all that. I could go back and add that. Just like a little flag to hide. I don't want to go back and add that. That sounds terrible. Anyways, the Ginso Escape. It's got great music. It's also this is the part of the game where most people who do not finish the game quit because it's hard. You gotta get your bash angles just right. As we're seeing Zem struggle with, she has not landed a single bash. And there we go. That is Zem was saying you get progress towards squares, even if you're not don't have them revealed. So once we got this Ginso tree escape, we also get knowledge on that.
Yeah. So we know actually that the best play for me right now, if this was like a race setting or I didn't wanna see if I can black out in under 50 minutes, the best play right now is to go here because I'm guaranteed to win by putting these in.
Yep. And there we go. That actually gets her up to 4 lines all at once because all of the uncompleted squares were visible at that point.
Wow, nice. So GG to Zem. That was a really amazing speedrun for like the 3-line bingo especially. But we still have a good amount of time left. So Xemsys, I'm guessing you're just gonna go ahead and completely black out the board, right?
So can I? Yeah, I think I can, unless production tells me stop. We need to make up time. Yeah.
Yeah, so if we need to make up time, just let us know in Discord. But I mean, you're like almost there. The only one that's really kind of daunting is like getting the 2,500 Spirit Light.
Hopefully that's on the way. Hopefully.
I think you should be checking more pickups for that.
True. But it's also only 2.5.
It's 2.5K, but you don't have SLE. You don't have
Everything I'm doing now is in late game areas, so I hope I should be fine.
Yeah.
We'll just see.
We'll see.
Yeah, I think Gumon Seal was gated pretty deep in logic. So, so what we're talking about is that the Spear Light values are actually randomized in the randomizer itself. However, the total amount is always going to add up to 10,000 exactly. And so, basically, the EXP range. Oh yeah, 10,000. The EXP values will range depending on how late they are supposed to appear in logic. So coming to late game area like Forlorn Ruins increases the probability that Xemsys is actually going to find a Spear Light pickups, and then also increases the probability that they'll find larger amounts. So the Spear Light value pickups will vary in range all the way. I think the highest Spear Light pickup I've ever found was like 970 something on the final escape. But it's very unlikely that Xemsys will actually find ranges that high, just simply because this was open mode and we ended up getting 2 power skills pretty early, thus bringing in a lot of pickups into logic. So this causes the ranges of the values, if you're a mathematician, to become a lot more normalized, which means that the variance in the ranges, depending on how early or late in logic they are, is a lot lower. So more likely Xemsys will actually end up finding like 100 and 200 value Spear Light in late game instead of something like 300 or 400.
The other thing that is really relevant here is that how many experience pickups are in the item pool overall. In game modes like shards or there are a lot more non-experienced pickups, which sort of shunts the EXP into it's the same 10,000 experience, but there are less experienced pickups with experience on them to put them in. And so depending on your game mode, if you're playing Shards Warped Fragment World Tour extra bonus, your experience values are going to get very high indeed because there's just very few pickups with experience on them.
Really quick moment, I just want to 1,000,000% shout out Forlorn Ruins, best music in the entire game.
So true.
No question.
The only problem with it is that I have no reason to be here.
So actually really cool thing there. So basically as you're gliding up in Forlorn Ruins, especially in that entrance hallway, the game will just trigger those sort of like water geysers to occur. But doing something like a grenade jump to build height really fast, you actually get through this section like way faster. Like it does save like a large number of seconds, surprisingly.
Also, one thing I never see people do, you don't need to stop here. You can just fly through.
Yeah, I'm just so scared. I've died from doing that before, and so I always just slow down. I'm a coward.
So the only reason we actually completed this is definitely because I wanted the 100 plant XP, and there was nothing else about it.
Oh, yeah. But that is actually a cool thing we can talk about. So we mentioned that the only pickups that can be hardlocked by skills are ones gated by grenade and stomp. And so in order to increase the, how do you say, the average, or decrease the average time for randomizer runners on average, was to, if like some sort of logical progression like Water Vein or Sunstone is gated by either Stomp or Grenade, it can be a really painful seed with like tracking down those skills in particular. And so what we did was we actually altered the plant at the end of Forlorn Escape in order to give it a clue as to which biome you'll actually find Stomp and Grenade. So that's just a really cool sort of informational thing within the randomizer I like a lot.
Yeah, it was neat. We added that for the 2018 randomizer tournament. It was like a change that was added pretty close to the beginning of that tournament, and it turned out to, I think it turned out to be pretty impactful, and it's a nice thing to have. I guess. Oh wait, no, for that tournament it was slightly different. There was just an extra copy of Grenade there.
Oh, right.
Yeah, and then for no, because it was only like that for like a couple months, and then at 3.0 we added, because with 3.0 and the advent of World Tour, we were like, oh no, Stomp actually matters a lot too, because it didn't matter a lot for the existing game modes before 3.0, but the Grenade thing did, and so we added. Zem has to get the Glazer pickup, so she's going to show off the exact same sequence break that Muffin did.
Yeah, I remember because by that time also, we didn't add the extra pickups in Horu. So, like, Stomp became a lot more impactful once finishing Horu rooms actually mattered a lot more.
Yeah. It's fun to think about the history of the randomizer and how much has changed, and how much... It's easy to take a lot of the stuff for granted, because it's been around for years now, but things used to be very different. You are definitely not going to get the experience without going hunting.
I can farm R2.
Is that going to be faster?
No!
All right.
If I had skill velocity, I would just dash through the laser. I don't quite remember if you can, or through the lava arena. I don't remember if you can do it without. If so, I'm pretty sure it's pixel perfect. So, nope. Not happening.
I think I'm the only person who's ever done it. I did it during a tournament race, and Sigma afterwards was like, did you know that's possible? I was like, no, I was just trying it for giggles, because I thought it might be possible. And like, he was like, yeah, because it's like, I've never been able to do it. Like, they thought there was a physical barrier there. It was so weird.
Thanks to Aiko adding a bunch of velocity, I managed to get through there at some point, but...
skill velocity. I noticed we don't have those in the item pool, Sam.
No, I'm playing normal with warps.
Yeah, I know.
As I usually do.
I know.
Oh, I have climb storage.
Climb storage.
I guess we don't really know why this happens, but whenever you like climb on a wall, you have a chance. So my thoughts, I don't know, I think it's voodoo, but my thoughts is it has to do something with the physics RNG, which occurs whenever you're like landing on the ground or like touching a wall, like especially climbing into a wall. But for some reason, it'll have these weird effects. Like for instance, when you try and grenade jump, it'll do the same sort of thing, like you hit grenade and jump on the same frame, which is just throwing the grenade off of the wall, or doing a jump and throwing a grenade. And it does weird things like not resetting your double jump and like stuff like that. So we just call it climb storage just because I don't know, I think I just said the words or something.
Yep.
But yeah, we have no idea why it happens.
Speedrun rando etymology. It's a beautiful field, honestly. Things just happen.
Yeah.
People say things, and we call them that now.
Yeah.
We have a trick called Sad Frog.
Oh, yeah.
It's a family of tricks, I'll have you know. There's like 8 variations.
Sorry, my bad. We have a family of sad frogs. Depression runs in the frog family.
It's just one frog. It's just really, really sad. Enough for like 8. Anyway, yeah, wait, let me reset that.
That could have been bad.
Nah. Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, here we go again.
Yeah, once I
If only
actually
there were
get,
like a bind.
There you go.
There we go. Ah, was still a bit too low. You can make it all the way here. But, oh well. Then let's do this one instead.
I love that one. That's such a good one.
I do love, yeah, Misty 4 times in 2 runs. You love to see it.
Yep. So this Deep and Misty is also like actually honestly good for finding high value experience counts, because the only skill that we haven't found yet is actually Bash. And you need Bash logically to be able to get access to this area. So Zem definitely has the potential to find a lot of Spirit Light here, but oh my goodness.
Was too low on it. Sad, but yeah, that's also a G jump. I had this practice when I was still running Tumble Warps. They are all of these are used in the Tumble Warp route. Come play it.
I will not.
And this
ISIS
should
is called...
level me up.
Yeah.
It worked. We're fine.
Yep. Everything's fine. Oh wow, you actually are pretty close on experience.
Oh, I'm done on experience.
Oh.
Oh wow, nice.
Board. Oh, I was looking at the board.
I did get the prerequisite
yeah.
for Spirit Light efficiency, so the 50% bonus. Yeah. Thanks, Eiko.
Uh-huh. I think that was Vula's idea.
Thanks, Buddha. Thanks, Sigma.
Yep.
Thanks, the numbers. Thanks, Kaya.
No, I think that might have been Sigma's idea actually. I forget when that happened, but yeah, thank you everyone who's worked on the randomizer. Thank you, Zem.
Aw, yeah, thank me. If everyone, thank me now in chat. I live off your thanks. Oh, I forgot to skip it.
That's okay. We have some story.
It's okay.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to really hit that 50-minute estimate, because right now I'm at 48-45.
Yep.
Alright, good stuff. Anyways, yeah, run's gonna be over momentarily as Gumon Seal is right here.
But Muffin, I still need to reach all the way to the final escape afterwards.
True.
Yeah, no, I mean, yeah, how are you going to get to the credits?
Yeah, how am I gonna get to the credits?
Oh.
Oh,
Oh.
Huh.
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 Thanks so much for being here with me, Eiko, Muffin. Was a lot of fun
thank you.
to do the run.
Yeah. Hey, look at your name right there in the credits.
Yeah, I'm famous, Mom. Look, I'm on camera. But of course, it's not all rando. It's not all us three rambling and having fun together. No, next up we are switching back to Will of the Wisps, where we have an MQO 4-way race with some secret stuff in between and afterwards. And then we're mixing both games up as we do a relay race afterwards of both the randomizer after each other. So stay around. We still have a bunch of hours to go. But I am going to need some water now.